everybody in formation in that battle for fourth spot. First three breaking away. Gordon, Waltrip, Zanardi. The silver car is Robbie Gordon. Terry Labonte working down low. Earnhardt in the gold car closing in. Al Unser Jr., the green car, you're now on board with him. They flash across start finish line once again. I'll tell you what, they have done a wonderful job at the IROC shop of getting these things raceable. Just a change of carburetors to make them handle better.
They are racing so well, side by side, three abreast. Meanwhile, Earnhardt and Al Unser Jr. side by side. Here we go for the lead. Darrell Waltrip on the outside. Zanardi is going with him.
Zanardi's pushing him. Oh, look at that.
You think Darrell Waltrip, I said a while ago that Alex Zanardi was as scared as he's ever been. Darrell Waltrip might be as scared as he's ever been. With Alex Zanardi pushed him in turn 3.
Giving him, and they've been working back and forth on teaching Zanardi exactly what all the hand signals ought to be. So as basic as that for Alex Zanardi, but he's making a great show of his skills right now. Still Waltrip the leader, Zanardi in second.
Jeff Gordon, the dark red car on the inside, was leading the last lap. Now he's running about, who knows, he could be 8th.
Now almost back to a start formation. High group, the low group. Let's see what pays off here. They seem to be able to run anywhere they want.
Any place they want to do around the racetrack.
So the battle continues. Round 1 of the International Race of Champions at Daytona. We'll be right back. The Pontiac Firebird Trans Ams are eminently raceable, and in just a few laps we've seen a rather constant change. Keep an eye on Jarrett and Earnhardt back in the back. They've been back together, but look, another change with the lead.
Where did Terry Labonte and Robbie Gordon come from? They just blew by. Now they have the lead, and Al Unser Jr. has worked his way from 12th spot and looks like right now is running in 3rd spot. Of course, that's been contested as we speak, going in 3 because there's Darrell Waltrip.
Well, these guys were running up high earlier, and they were able to get by on the high side, but look at the lineup behind them. Al Unser Jr. has finally worked his way up to the front, runs just ahead of Darrell Waltrip on the high side. Tommy Kendall, who is, as a road racer, really showing some savvy in running the IROC cars, especially on the super speedways. He's right in the fight.
In the meantime, Jimmy Vasser, the kart champion, has fallen off the draft. Perhaps a mechanical problem, but without communication and telemetry to the pits, we won't know till it's over.
And once again, here's a battle for the lead. Robbie Gordon. Is that Zanardi?
Gordon followed by Unser Jr.
Jr., I'm sorry.
So Unser Jr. is making his presence known up at the front of the field. Robbie Gordon, the silver number 5, is the leader. Unser Jr., of course, the winningest driver in IROC history.
And Tommy Kendall is 3rd place. Martin is 4th. And here we go, battle for the lead. Al Unser Jr. goes for the lead.
Jr. jumps out. Kendall jumps with him. They hook up. Now, Robbie Gordon is left alone. And you're looking out the back of Al Unser Jr.'s car, back at Tommy Kendall. And boy, the minute that draft line dropped out, Robbie Gordon was in trouble. Now he tries to get back into the fight.
Here comes Darrell Waltrip on the inside. Robbie Gordon is 2 abreast. Now it's going to be 3 abreast. Labonte on the outside. Man, are these cars handling or what? Ooh, and Robbie Gordon pulls right in behind Darrell Waltrip. Said, okay, I'll push him into the straightaway. We won't do that in the corner.
Zanardi right behind him. Now this is on board Mark Martin. There's Zanardi down to the left. Mark Martin, of course, the defending champion in the IROC. Of the 12 cars in the field in the first 15 laps, 7 different drivers have led. There have been 10 different lead changes.
Oh,
hang on to it, Alex.
He did a great job.
That'll make him think about it for a lap or so, though, don't you think?
Oh, no.
Okay, 100 yards.
Yeah, exactly. Al Unser Jr., Darrell Waltrip. Tommy Kendall drives up on the outside of Darrell Waltrip, followed by Mark Martin. You know, if we say this wrong in 2 or 3 laps, it'll be right.
Yeah, you don't have to worry too much about that.
Because I was wrong. It was Terry Labonte, not Mark Martin behind Tommy Kendall. That's Mark Martin, the 3rd blue car back.
Exactly. Light blue, medium blue body. Waltrip still working very well down low. He's down there alone and still able to keep up with the leaders. Now we'll get some help.
A lot of work over the winter on these Firebirds. Let's check in again with Jack.
One of the big modifications in the engine department this year was the cold air boxes no longer used on these IROC cars. Now, what is a cold air box? A fiberglass flange. Inside of it is an air cleaner. But you see this metal scoop here? That attached last year right to this cowl area and forced the air directly into the air cleaner down into the carburetor, building really good horsepower, but also creating lift on the front end of the car. So what did they do this year? They went back to the old-fashioned air cleaner with just a small fiberglass flange in the front, a lot of air getting around the engine, creates less lift, makes the car more stable.
And the drivers say more raceable. Look at the white car in 5th. The Busch champion, Randy LaJoie, is now moving into the fight.
Randy LaJoie is the NASCAR Busch Grand National Champion in 1996, invited to the IROC.
And pretty excited about it, I think.
Very excited.
He's been around the garage area, cracking jokes with everybody, just having a great time.
Someone said he walked in the garage this morning and said, hey, there's a LaJoie in the race. I wonder if he's in relation to me.
So Tommy Kendall now taking a look to the inside of Al Unser Jr., but content to stay there. The move comes on the outside. Labonte and Martin, they hook up.
Is this going to work?
Whoa, look at Randy as he comes on the inside. Now they're 3 abreast into the tri-oval. And Randy LaJoie surges into 2nd place.
And Earnhardt is trying to follow. Earnhardt had fallen back. Now he makes his move towards the front.
Oh, and Tommy Kendall gets lost in that one and falls backwards. Kendall leaning on Robbie Gordon as they come through the corner. That violet car, the silver car, now on top of Earnhardt. So you're riding in 4th place. Now back to 5th as Mark Martin comes by, hooked up behind Terry Labonte. Earnhardt comes back around Martin, gets some help from Robbie Gordon. Tommy Kendall drops in behind him. At the front of the field, it's Al Unser Jr., Randy LaJoie, and Terry Labonte. We'll be right back. Back at Daytona, round 1 of the IROC. Dale Earnhardt's looking for any position he can find to try and get around both LaJoie and Al Unser Jr. It's Unser Jr., LaJoie, 1-2 right now. They've been swapping the lead back and forth regularly since the green flag, and we have been green right from the start. No caution periods yet.
Let's go down to Jack.
According to Randy LaJoie, this invitation to 1997 edition of the International Race of Champions is a dream come true. He recalls back when IROC first started, sitting at home in Norwalk, Connecticut, with his father, Don LaJoie, an all-time feature winner on the short tracks of Connecticut, and saying, "Daddy, what's the International Race of Champions?" After his father explained it, he said, "I always just dreamed that maybe someday I'd get an invitation."
LaJoie came all the way from the back, as did Al Unser Jr. And everybody, with the exception perhaps of Jimmy Vasser, who got out of the draft and lost the toe and fell way behind, the other 11 have stayed right together and have been battling constantly.
And Randy LaJoie wants to lead this IROC race. You can see it in his maneuvers, his aggressive maneuver. I want to lead. He's motioning Earnhardt now. When we get on the backstretch, let's go, because I want to lead a lap.
Of course, in reality, this is the first good opportunity that any of these drivers have had to find out how these cars work. Yes, they've had some testing, they've had some practice, but that's very limited. And remember, too, as a part of the IROC rules, they do not ever practice in the car they're going to end up racing in.
Looking back from the leader, Al Unser Jr., second place, Randy LaJoie, the white car number 10. That means he drew the 10th starting spot outside the 5th row. Earnhardt right behind LaJoie as they hook up, trying to catch Al Unser Jr.
LaJoie still can't get by Unser Jr. This is right along with the leader of the race, Al Unser Jr., as he looks back at Randy LaJoie and Dale Earnhardt. Earnhardt's trying on the outside now, and he has help.
Earnhardt moves into second place. He's going to take two others with him. Randy LaJoie is caught out down low.
That's Robbie Gordon behind Dale Earnhardt. Looks like Tommy Kendall, and here comes Robbie Gordon on the inside of Earnhardt.
And he makes that move all alone. Pulls up a little benefit of the draft from Earnhardt, darts out into free air, and tucks in behind Al Unser Jr. Now Waltrip comes up to get behind Robbie Gordon.
And LaJoie has worked his way back to 9th spot in just one lap.
Just that quick. On board Earnhardt. Gordon down below.
Robbie Gordon, 1997, going to be a Winston Cup stock car driver for Felix Sabates.
I imagine it was difficult for the folks at IROC to figure out what series they were going to pull him out of. They finally decided that Robbie would represent the Score Trophy Truck Series, but he could have been an IndyCar kart driver.
Stock car driver.
Could have been a stock car driver. Coming from Score, though, that's a unique representation. That's nice to see them represented in the IROC.
Oh, now here we go. Darrell Waltrip and Terry Labonte going by Robbie Gordon, 3 abreast. Waltrip moves into second spot.
Robbie Gordon decides to pick up on Waltrip. That'll leave Bonnie out, but not. Where's Gordon going now with Zanardi coming in, and Zanardi tucks in behind Robbie Gordon. Here comes Earnhardt on the inside. He's alongside Gordon. Jeff Gordon helping Earnhardt. Just got to find a Repton partner.
Got to find somebody to dance with. Now here comes Waltrip and Earnhardt. Can they draft up? Can they hook up? And Jeff Gordon. Can those 3 hook up and get by the leader? It looks like it. Darrell Waltrip ducks to the inside.
Al Unser Jr. comes right down the middle of the road. Waltrip now getting help from Earnhardt.
Jeff Gordon, okay, who do I follow here? He says, who do I follow?
Go with Earnhardt. Good choice. And look at this. Look at Tommy Kendall, the road racer.
And Zanardi just a little bit off the pace. Jack Arute, any indication why?
Alex Zanardi dropped off the pace, guys, because coming off of turn 4, he whacked the wall just a little bit. The IROC crew is standing by should Zanardi decide to come in and get service. Thus far in the green flag conditions, the diminutive Italian is saying, I'm staying out.
Waltrip, Earnhardt, Jeff Gordon, Tommy Kendall, Al Unser Jr., Robbie Gordon, Randy LaJoie. That's the front of the field.
Alex Zanardi from kart, who started on the pole, has now fallen back to 11th place after a little brush with the wall. Go back and take a look at that. What do you think, Benny?
Comes off turn 4.
Aqua car behind Robbie Gordon in the silver car. Whoa!
Oh, I see.
And he recovered it.
I see what happened to Alex Zanardi. Into the wall hard, heavy contact. Meanwhile, back to the race, battle for the lead. Waltrip, Earnhardt, and Jeff Gordon.
Jeff Gordon, with the help of Tommy Kendall, comes by the inside. Al Unser Jr. tucks in behind. That leaves Earnhardt and Waltrip out on the high side. Where's Al Unser Jr. going to pick? He dances up a little bit. So Jeff Gordon takes the advantage. Al Unser Jr. gets up behind his old buddy Dale Earnhardt. Waltrip tucks in. Boy, there's that combination of 3. Years and years and years of experience. And look at it, pay off for Earnhardt. Up high to the right, down low to the left. I've got the lead. Get out of my way. So Dale Earnhardt has taken over the lead in round one of the IROC Daytona. I told you Daytona always produces a great race. We'll be back.